Good afternoon, everyone. In today's lecture, we will talk about single sideband. So basically, in DSB, what we were doing is that in double sideband, we were sending the same information. So basically, we were sending the information requiring the double requirement of twice the bandwidth required for this SSB system. So instead of sending two sidebands, we are sending only one sideband in this. Either it's a upper sideband or it's a lower sideband. So for a modulating signal given by mt equals to am cos omega mt or am cos 2 pi fmt, you can use any one of them because we know that angular frequency omega is equals to 2 pi f, and carrier signal denoted by Ct equals to AC cos omega Ct or AC cos 2 pi fct. The modulated signal means the modulation of these two signal is represented as St equals to mt into Ct. So you will basically multiply them. So it will be Am AC cos 2 pi fmt cos 2 pi Ct 2 pi fct. So here you need to bring it in the form of 2 cos A cos B. So I multiplied with 2 here in the denominator and multiplied by 2 in numerator. So applying 2 cos A cos B formula here, we have half Am AC cos 2 pi bracket Fm plus Fc T plus cos 2 pi Fc minus Fm. You can write Fm minus Fc also, but as we know that the carrier frequency is always greater than the modulating frequency, so we will write it Fc minus Fm. Why we are using Fc minus Fm? We can write Fm minus Fc, but you know that cos of minus theta is cos theta, so you can write any one of them. So that's why we are representing it with the help of the larger frequency minus lower frequency. So this is your upper sideband and this one is your lower sideband. So bandwidth of SSB, when we are doing single sideband, we are basically suppressing a carrier. So either we are suppressing the upper sideband or we are suppressing the lower sideband. So SC is suppressed carrier here. As DSB SC modulated wave has two sidebands and bandwidth is twice of FM, the SSB SC which has only one sideband will have bandwidth half of DSB SC has. That is, bandwidth of SSB SC is equals to twice FM divided by 2, can say FM, or we can say that equal to bandwidth of modulating signal. So whatever the bandwidth of this signal is, that will be the bandwidth of. So power of SSB SC. So we are sending either USB or LSB in SSB SC. Their power is contained in one sideband frequency component. So you can say total power is equals to P USB equals to P LSB. So power of a cosine signal wave is calculated using RMS formula. So P is equals to V square RMS divided by R, where R is the resistance of the circuit where you are calculating the power. So it will be equals to Vm. Vm is your maximum amplitude of the signal divided by root 2 whole square divided by R. Therefore power in LSB or USB frequency component is equals to Am AC divided by 2 root 2 whole square R. Am square AC square divided by 8R. Remember that I'm doing it in this lecture also, and in the another lecture I'll show you the more can say reduced mathematical equations. These has been taken from the Simon Higgins BP Lati book, which I recommended for this course, but those I used myself just to reduce some mathematical and its equations, so that it will be better for you to do those calculations while you are in exam also. So now what are the advantages of SSB? It is saved power as LSB or SB USB is sent. High power signal can be transmitted, lesser noise, signal fading, these terms which you are going to study in later in the course is less likely to appear. Bandwidth is lesser than direct AM method, means direct amplitude modulation, or DSB SC method. Disadvantages: the generation and detection is complex. The quality of signal is not good if the transmitter and receiver don't have an excellent frequency stability. Applications: point to point communications, television, telemetry, radar, etc. Now, generation of SSBSC using there are two methods to generate it. So first one is your frequency discrimination method, and this way you are multiplying your modulating signal, and the carrier is generated with the help of a local oscillator available there. So your MT we know, and then this is CT equals to AAC cos 2 pi FCT. So we are multiplying them in modulator, and a DSB-SC wave is generated, which is passed through a band pass filter. Why we are using a band pass filter? Because we want to remove either a lower sideband or a upper sideband. So one of them will be used, and then we will get the SSB-SC wave over the signal. In, as I explained, in modulator, modulating frequency, modulating signal MT and carrier signal generated, while local oscillator CT are multiplied to generate DSB-SC wave, which is then passed through the band pass filter, and BPF tuned either to USB or LSP provides the output as SSB-SC. Second method is your phase shift, or you can say it is discrimination method. Discrimination in the form of the type of shifting we are bringing. So we have two product modulator here on this side, upper side and lower side, and we have a pi by 2 phase shifter. And when I'm saying pi by 2 phase shifter, it's shifting by minus pi by 2, and then when we have a minus 1 pi by 2 phase shifter at the input side also, and this is in the modulator. For the modulator we have a local oscillator, we have a adder or summer, you can say. So what happens is that you apply one signal to this product modulator, and you provide a pi by 2 phase shift in it. On the negative side you can say minus pi by 2, and you generate another signal which is AM 2 pi FMT. So this signal and this signal are applied to the product modulator, and the local oscillator generates a signal AC cos 2 pi FCT, means your carrier is generated, which is passed through this phase shifter, and then it generates another signal AC sin 2 pi FCT, which goes to the another product modulator. So now what happens is that both of them, then the product modulator gives the output as your S1T and your S2T, which goes to the summer, and then depending upon you are doing addition or subtraction, it depends on the signal you are generating from here, which I'll explain now, and you will get the output from here. So I explained you how the circuit is working. So now you can see that output S1T of the upper modulator is S1T AM AC cos 2 pi FMT into cos 2 pi FCT. Apply here 2 cos A cos B formula, and then it will be AM AC divided by 2, and then cos 2 pi FC plus FM T plus cos 2 pi FC minus FM T. I think the T is missing here, so there will be a T here. And S2 output of lower modulator is S2T is equals to AM AC cos 2 pi FM T minus pi by 2 cos 2 pi FCT minus pi by 2. I've shown it here. So then it will be AM AC sin 2 pi FM T, and then it will be your sin 2 pi FCT. So when you will again apply that your 2 sine A sine B formula here, then it will be AM AC divided by 2 cos 2 pi FC minus FM T minus cos 2 pi FC plus FM T. Now S1 and S2 T are added or subtracted at the summer block or summation block to get a lower sideband or upper sideband as a output SSB SC. So if when we are using LSB means the lower sideband, then it will be ST is equals to AM AC divided by 2, and we are then adding them, means we are using the adder as a means in the form of plus, we are adding these two signals. So then this signal will cancel this signal and you will receive AM AC cos 2 pi FC minus FMT, because then these two will double, so this 2 will cancel the double of that, so it will be AM AC cos 2 pi FC minus FMT. If you want to receive your USB, then it will be AM AC divided by 2 and then you will subtract them, so this portion will cancel and you will receive AM AC cos 2 pi FC plus FM